Well, grandson Noah's coming up today, and we're going to do some things on this brat. We need to bleed the brakes. Still don't quite have all the air out of them. And it's so nice to be able to just drop this thing down, drive it out of here, and drive this over and put it on the lift instead of having to, either push this thing out, which got to be a real chore. It's getting so heavy as the build goes on that I can't push it out by myself anymore. But I knew I wouldn't have to very much longer. So here we are. Let's get this thing out of here and get ready to do something else. And so many people worried about how that thing was going to steer, and it just wouldn't work, and all this, and it steered really easy. It's moving at all, and it's real easy. Because basically, it's a mid-engine vehicle. There's not that much weight on the front axle.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Nice. Just a couple of comments or a couple of concerns. So I want to put people's minds at ease about a couple things. This one comment was, I'll show it to you. I'm not quite sure how this gentleman came up with his observation, but it's incorrect. Talking about this drive shaft bottoming out, and here's how this thing works. On this inner shaft, there's about 6 inches of splines up in this area, and I would never want half of the splines. I want all the splines all the time to be engaged. Never want half the splines engaged. That's a recipe for disaster. But it's not possible to do that. Well, it would be possible, I suppose, to do that, but it wouldn't make sense. Anyway, the way this works, those splines, as I said, were about 6 inches on this inner shaft, but this outer shaft is splined all the way from end to end. So no matter where this is, all your splines are engaged all the time, and that's what I want. That makes it stronger. But his concern about it bottoming out is impossible. This shaft, like I said, the splines are here, and the end of that shaft is along about here. So the end of that shaft can never ever bottom out because it's 3.5 inches from reaching the bottom. And when this suspension travels its full length one way or the other, this only moves 1/2 inch. So it's absolutely impossible for that shaft to bottom out. And then there was another concern about whether or not I had phased the U-joints, caulked the drive shaft, however you want to say it. Yes, I did. But out of the potential 10,000 people that might see this video, there might be one of you that doesn't know what that means about phasing U-joints. So you could Google it, but I'm going to show you, because that's just the kind of guy I am. I'll save you the trouble. You see how this yoke comes up, and there's a cup here, and then the same thing on the bottom, and this is the other side of it. Well, if you're cutting a drive shaft and putting it back together, you want to make sure you get it back the same way, with this yoke this way, and have this yoke matching on the other end. You don't want this cattywampus this way, or that'll be out of phase, and then it will vibrate and possibly, or even probably, knock the U-joints out. So I did that. I got it all lined up and made sure that both the yokes were the same on each end, and that's that. So now I can hear sighs of relief all over the world tonight.
There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight.
All right, I'm going to keep it short, and I appreciate you.